Good evening, everybody. I hope everyone is doing well this evening. God bless you again. This is a request, a kind request for anybody who feels for anybody that the Spirit of God urges you to help, kindly help. So this is how it all started. 2 months ago, I came across this story from a Kenyan website, and this website here on YouTube pretty much airs people's issues and how people have overcome hardship. So I came across this grandma story. I was just watching it. I believe it's not by coincidence. And I came across this grandma story, and his grandson. Okay, the link is right on the description box. Kindly watch it. And this grandma pretty much provides all the help she can for her grandchildren, and she was actually in financial trouble when they aired her story. So if you watch it, it will make so much sense. So when I came across this story, I was really touched. I never even finished watching the whole story. I finished watching the whole story today. Okay, the grandma passed away yesterday. I never finished again watching this story until today. The grandma passed away yesterday. So 2 months ago, when I was watching this story, I was so touched by just listening to a third of it. I took the story and I sent it to now a friend of mine. This friend is one of the girls that I have uploaded her testimony here on YouTube on this channel that got the revelation of heaven and that got the revelation of hell. Her name is Lilian. So I thought, and I had just begun to speak with Lilian, communicating with her, and I forwarded this story to Lilian, and I kindly requested Lilian, can you please try and locate this family so that we can help them? You know, is the Bible has called us, has commanded us to help the widows, to help the orphans, and that verse was so fresh in my mind. So when I saw this grandma, she was a widow. She did not and she also was taking care of her orphaned grandchildren. I thought, wow, like what a great chance to help them. So I gave Lillian her number. Actually, I sent Lillian the video, and Lillian was able to locate them. So an overwhelming amount of people had watched this video, but unfortunately not many, or who knows, hardly anybody went to support her or help her, apparently, because when Lillian inquired from grandma, her name is Margaret. When Lillian inquired from Margaret, apparently not even people were not even helping. I thought she must have been getting a lot of help from people, because when you read the comments in the video, which I've already posted the link on the chat box here, when you read the comments, a lot of people, um, you know, are commenting how touched they are, how they should help. But this grandma was still going to bed without food. She did not have enough food for even for her grandchildren. She was not even able to meet the basic needs. So as soon as Lillian told me that, I told, Lillian and I planned that we'll try our best to help them. Again, because I'm in a different country, Lillian is in Kenya, and she can be of help to them by going there. I can just send what I can to provide, first of all, to meet their basic needs before anything else, right? Meet their basic needs. I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just explaining what happened. Anyway, so we began to, so Lillian, thanks to Lillian, we began to buy food for them. We began to buy blankets for them. Um, and I would send the best I could money wise to meet their basic needs. So we made sure that they had food. We made sure that they had warm blankets to cover themselves at night. We made sure that they had shoes to wear. We made sure that they had decent clothes to wear. And Lilian was doing all this, like going to the market and shopping for them, and we collaborated together, right? So Lillian finally told Grandma Margaret that, there is this girl who is in Canada who's been sending the help, who she's been sending you all this help, to be able to meet your basic needs. So Grandma was really grateful, and she was shocked because, she said to Lillian, apparently, God knew that one day a time will come that, a daughter from another country, a daughter from far away, will actually be able to send me help. So anyway, so we kept in touch every time. We always make sure that they have their basic needs met until Sunday, the first, or was it the second? I remember I texted Lillian, and I asked Lillian, how is Grandma Margaret? How is she doing? Because we always made sure that we kept in touch. Lillian was always the one calling them, phoning them to check on them. In case they need anything, they notify Lillian. Lillian notifies me, and we try to come up with some money to help them. Apparently, Grandma was sick, and she was going to go to hospital on Sunday. So, okay, I never heard anything from Lillian when I asked her. So until today, Lillian sent me a message, and she told me, oh, Grandma passed away. So, and so she was pretty much the one overseeing the family, her blind grandchild, and I believe she was taking care of 4 grandchildren, but the one that I think the one who's grown is the blind one. And he was hoping that he will one day be able to help her grandmother, and her grandmother was so driven to help them until she passes away. Now that she's passed away, Lillian will go there tomorrow. So tomorrow is Friday. Yes, tomorrow is Friday. So Lillian will go there and see how the family's doing. So honestly, watch the video. The grandma who's featured in that video is gone. She was the apple of their family. She was the one who was trying to look after the family in the best way she could. And now that she's gone, this family will need help. Okay, some people might think, oh, this is how scamming starts. Yes, some people come in the name of problems, raising money for other people to take advantage of others. But if the Lord puts it in your heart to actually reach out and help, watch that story, okay? And suggest, if you want to come together, if we can all come together and raise money for this family and try to do the best we can to help them. Now that grandma is gone, they're now fully orphaned because grandma is the one who was actually taking care of them. But now that grandma is gone, let me not say I don't know what to do, because yes, I do know what to do. But it would be great if for anybody who feels touched by their story, for anybody who feels touched by their story, suggest, like, put something on the comment section, suggest how we can come together and raise a little bit of money, and this money will be presented to Lillian, and we will make sure that this family never lacks. One thing I told Lillian is, even though this grandma is gone, I'll still try my best. We'll still try our best, like, collaborate with Lillian to make sure that they never lack. They never feel alone. So kindly watch that video. And if God puts something in your heart, please comment. We can work together just to help them. I can only imagine what it's like to be blind, to have the person that you counted on, the person that you trusted, to be taken away from you, you know? So please, if you feel, again, everything will be accounted for. Okay, every amount that you give will be accounted for. You know, every amount that you give will be accounted for. So this is not just somebody giving money and then there is no accountability. Okay, everything will be accounted for. If I can upload some pictures of Lilian visiting the grandma and the shoes that she bought them and the food, I will do all those things. But if you feel financially you're in a position to help, even though it's $5, $10, that will make a difference. And as of tomorrow, Lillian is gonna go and visit the family and see what is next, because only God knows. But um, myself and Lillian will try the best we can to help them. But if you feel touched again to help this family, please make a suggestion. You know, I know we're living in the time and days whereby it's easy to scam people. It's easy to take advantage of people. It's easy to be tempted to misuse money. I know that. You know, God has taught me so much about being a spender. You know, God has just stopped me from misusing money like I used to before. I never used to care. I was just all about myself, you know? Initially, I wasn't like this, you know? Oh, but now, but now, as again, as true believers, right? We are called to be there for one another. So this is a family. This is a blind boy who will never see the face of those people who got to help them. Okay, this is a blind boy who will never get to see the face of myself, the face of Lilian, you know? Grandma, at least grandma had seen our faces, you know? So she knew that, okay, this girl, Lilian, and myself, this girl that's helping me from Canada, somewhere out there, you know, this is the girl. And Lilian, she got to meet Lilian, but this boy will never get to see where this help is coming from. But honestly, if you feel led to be a blessing, God will bless you too. So just kindly watch the video. As much proof as you need, if you do not trust this story, as much proof as you need for to be able to believe this before you can actually help, kindly, we will send all this information to you. We will send all this information. You can see all the truth before you help, okay? But if you think this is a scam, don't help. Don't help with a half-hearted heart. If you feel led to help this family, let's come together and let's be there for this family. You know, if you had a child who was blind, I'm sure one day you would like somebody, a stranger who never knew you, who never knew your children, to help them. With that being said, God bless you again. God bless you, and thanks again. Thank you so much. Bye.